Hey, this is Wei from the Six Figure Academy, and I have a question. Do you find yourself struggling with networking? Do you find yourself identifying the value of you going out day in, day out networking for your business? If you're doing any kind of networking, you will probably find at some point and find yourself asking yourself, what's my ROI? Also known as return on investment. Investment of your time, your energy, and even your money. So what I want to address today is something drawn from what I teach my private clients called six-figure power networking. I'll give you 3 basic hints on how to immediately shift and turn yourself into a power networker, and just instead of just another networker that just shows up and everybody knows who you are, and that's pretty much where it ends. The 3 hints are, number 1, okay, there's a mindset piece that you need to address. Number 2, it is your niche pitch, also known as your elevator pitch, that we also need to address. And 3, how we make it into a game that helps you keep networking fresh, live, and effective and productive. Okay, so let's talk about number 1. The number 1 hit is mindset. Okay, what is your mindset when you show up to a networking event? And I'll tell you right now, it's real simple. You should have a mindset of service. What do I mean by that? Okay? The question you should be asking yourself as you are about to step into any kind of networking environment is, who can I serve here today, either through referral or through my own product or service? That's it. Who can I here to help solve a specific problem? If you show up with that mindset and that energy, you're going to open yourself to a lot more opportunity. Because think of it this way, everybody that you meet in a networking event is an ambassador. Ambassador for what, you might ask? Ambassador for the entire network of their world, of people that you have yet to even meet. If you see everybody as an ambassador, just think about how you would consider an ambassador of a country, an ambassador of a state, an ambassador of any kind of group or an organization. You want to respect that ambassador as a representative of all the people that you could potentially serve beyond just them. So that kind of puts a shift on how you start viewing people now, because all of a sudden you're going to honor people for who they are, no matter how they show up in your life. So that's step number 1, a mindset of service. Step number 2 is niche pitch, also known as your elevator pitch. My question to you is this, is that when someone asks you, what do? Are you able to communicate that in one single sentence? And the reason why we want to concise down our elevator pitch or our niche pitch to one single sentence is simple. We live in a world where technology has taken away the attention, has whittled down the attention span to people to about 2 to 4 seconds. So if you can't capture their attention, create intrigue or interest within the first sentence, then you pretty much made the job a little bit 10 times more difficult, if not 100 times more difficult for you in a networking environment, especially when there's a lot going on. That's why I'm a big fan of speed networking and power networking, because if you keep going to those things, it helps you fine-tune the process. Now, a little side hint on that. Okay, if you're going to create one sentence, you want to make sure that the sentence includes the problem, the resolution, and what is it that you do. Okay, for example, in my particular case, when someone asks me what do I do, for those of you who don't know, I help entrepreneurs who are struggling from money anxiety to help them eliminate that so that they can grow their business and grow their sales. Real simple, that's it. Okay. The key token there for me is money anxiety. There's always a key word that will spark the attention of the person you're delivering that to. When you do that, your goal is to open up the interest so that they continue the conversation. All right. So that's hit number 2. Make sure you get your niche pitch down. Hit number 3 is this, is the game. What is the game? The game in networking is basically this, is that you don't want to be that guy, or girl, or woman, that shows up with a handful of business cards and starts passing them out like you're a dealer at the casino. Okay. That really impersonalizes or takes away the personality behind who you are, behind what it is that you do. If you are a recipient of that, I highly recommend not even taking that business card with you, because the energy is all wrong. The game is this. When you go to a network meeting, you have your cards ready only if someone asks for it. How do you know how do you make that happen? That's the game. When you get into a conversation, your goal is to create enough interest with both your elevator pitch and the conversation of what it is that you have to do so that you inspire them. You inspire them to say, wow, that sounds really fascinating. Do you have a card? And better yet, I have someone I would like to refer to, or I would like to sit down and talk with you further. Do you have a card? That is the game. Okay, there's different levels to that game, but really when you get into a conversation, you're building rapport, you're talking to people, you're finding out what it is that you do, seeing how you could serve them from keeping hit number one in mind. And your goal is to inspire enough interest so that they literally ask you for your card. If they don't do that, the game is you don't get to give them a card until you inspire them to ask for it. Okay? With those 3 hints alone, and there's probably 6 or 7 more that you could probably incorporate, but with just those 3 alone, you can immediately shift yourself from just being a regular run-of-the-mill networker to a power networker geared for 6-figure success. Okay? For this and so much more content, I encourage you to like us on Facebook if you don't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel, or follow us on Twitter. And if you haven't downloaded my free book on money anxiety to 6-figure mastery, what are you waiting for? Go to go.thesixfigureacademy.com and download it right there. It's free. Okay? So, like I said, what are you waiting for? Go out there and start shifting your networking game and go and make it happen. See you in the next video.